today is JCPS Health and Phys Ed, rich engaging tasks during NTI.
And
like I
Mimi,
said, I'm going to be highlighting 15 different people. Can you see my screen, Danielle?
I can. Kate, do you mind turning on your closed captioning for those that need it?
Oh, yeah. That would be good, wouldn't it?
It will. Awesome.
Let's see
Thank
if you can
you.
keep up with me.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right. So, as I said, today we're going to showcase 15 different teachers in 30 minutes, and I have time myself. There's no better way to show all the things that are going on than actually showing what our folks are doing in health and physical education. And you will hear me talk about family a lot because all of us are one big family. And Susan, yes, your million is in the mail along with everyone else's. This session actually builds on one that Robin Richardson, who is at Cane Run, and Rebecca Reynolds, who was at Klondike Lane at the time, but now is in the IT3 team, led showcasing all of the different talent that we have. So let's get to it. The challenge for health and physical educators is to instill the knowledge and motivation for our learners to practice health enhancing behaviors during a pandemic. That sounded awfully formal. The informal is they're trying to get kids up and moving and showing them how to lead a healthy life. And we have a lot of different ways that we're doing that, especially at the elementary level, where some of our educators are just doing asynchronous learning. Some are doing a blend, and some are doing more live learning, so synchronous. We also have some teachers that are blending in health and physical education as they have regular classroom teachers. So we're going to jump right into it after a quote from Bob Pangrazi. And to all my people that are on here, they know this guy. He is like the godfather of physical education. He has been around for a long time, and most of us had one of his textbooks while we were in college. We're more concerned about getting homebound students to move and be active than measuring their fitness levels and skill performance. This all smells a bit like focusing on lifetime physical activity. So here we go. First up is physical education. Let's get physical. We're going to begin with my good friend Erica McGowan from Johnsontown Road Elementary. And this activity comes from the Open Phys Ed website, which I have linked at the bottom. You can see the logo. Many of our PE teachers have relied on Open Phys Ed for a lot of their NTI activities. They have a lot of week-long events, and I'm going to show you a sample of Bring PE to Your Family Week. Also in May, a lot of us did National Field Day Week. So our first example is going to come from Erica actually exercising with families during Bring PE to Your Family Week. And I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
I just wanna let it go. It's a I know you feel it. Come on, baby. You can win, everybody. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And as you can see, those families were having fun, and so was Erica. She likes to make her lessons full of love, and they're happier and they feel better when it's over, so much that they don't want to leave each other. And that is the attitude that Erica shares with her students and families every week. Next up is Jared Abel from Rangeland Elementary. So you get a good idea there as Jared is catching all of the Pokemon. Next up, we have Chris Bayens from Portland Elementary, and this lesson is actually embedded into a math lesson. Chris works with the classroom teachers at Portland, so he does not teach true health and physical education classes. So he believes that adding movement and physical education into their lessons helps those students who are not engaged in live meets and those kinesthetic learners. So this is Fitness Jenga, and I have a picture that Chris sent me here. What he does is he takes math problems and tapes them to the Jenga pieces. The kids tell him which Jenga pieces to pull out. And when he does successfully, they do the math problem, and then they do different exercises like crunches, squats, and jumping jacks. So they do different exercises. If he pulls it out and it falls over, all of them do 25 jumping jacks. So he's teaching his kids math and he's getting them active at the same time. So this is a great activity. I did a little bit different activity with Jenga in college. We won't get into that, but this is a perfect way to integrate math and physical education. Next up, we have Eduardo Irizarry from Breck Frank. He has really stepped up in sharing all of the activities that he finds on YouTube and around the internet. This is a would you rather game. And I want to say before we go any farther that I have a link to Eduardo's YouTube field trip for PE. So as you are going to the live schedule, this session is linked there, and you can go and see Eduardo's field trip for all of his PE related YouTube videos. So the Would You Rather PE edition is around dance moves. The first one has Jameis Winston and Von Miller, in case you're not a football fan. And so the kids for 30 seconds, would you rather play every day for the rest of your life? Would you rather play Roblox or would you rather play Minecraft? Thank you guys for posting that link for me. So they do this for 30 minutes or 30 seconds. That will be a long time to do it for 30 minutes. Here's another one, and I hope that all of my HPE family on here appreciates. Which class is your favorite special area? Is it phys ed or any other? And I'm hoping all of you are doing the phys ed one right now. Oh, I love this one. Jenny Zender from Carter Elementary. She does yoga for not just students, but also her family. She says that yoga helps students deal with their stress and bring peace of mind. Most importantly, everyone in the family can take part in yoga together. And so she believes that yoga can help her students not only with fitness, but also with mental health. She encourages families to exercise with their kids. And I have here a few photos. And you can see on the right that the mom is as into the exercise as the youngster. And so we have that she exercises and does yoga with her classes during her PE classes. And by the way, if any of you are on here and you're wanting to take part in one of her yoga classes to see how she does it, if you reach out to me, I can connect you in an email. Jenny's full of energy, even in our PLC, she's always hopping. So that's Jenny Zender and yoga from Carter Elementary. Okay, this one is outstanding. This is this Price Elementary, Matoya Malone. What's in your gym bag? This is an activity that she has been doing with her students since the beginning of the semester. And she has really incorporated a lot of the different principles and ideas and components of fitness into this. It's linked. So I'm not going to use this link. I'm going to show some examples, but I encourage all of you that are on here to go click this link and actually look at her whole plan. So what's in your gym bag starts out with students making lists in their Google Classroom of things that they can do. So activities that might be for a kindergartner and a first grader: dribbling a basketball, hopping and jumping, making healthy choices. And by fifth grade, skills, they have 15. By fifth grade, dribbling a basketball fast, making healthy food choices, and lifting 10-pound weights with both arms. So at the beginning of the year, they started looking at what they can actually put in their gym bags that they will build on as they grow older. The second 6 weeks, they worked on the components of fitness, and they made components of fitness cards, and I have a sample of that. The components of fitness, in case you're new to this: cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, flexibility, and body composition. So as students did live exercises and they learned about the components, they made cards for each, and they would hold them up as they did those exercises. So if they were doing yoga, they would hold up the flexibility card. If they were doing crunches, they would hold up the muscular strength or the muscular endurance if they were doing crunches for a long time. So they would do that during the second 6 weeks as they built up learning about components of fitness. And in the third 6 weeks, they're currently working on the FIT principle, which is frequency, intensity, time, and type. So that culminates, and they're working now on actually creating a fitness plan for their family to develop each component. And they're going to keep a log for their family, and they're going to put that in their Google Classroom. I want you to know that, again, this all is linked on LaToya's slide, so you can really go through and delve into it. And next semester, they're going to start with what's on your plate, so dealing with nutrition. So we have some teachers that are just doing asynchronous activity, and I have two. I have Karen Sweezy from Eisenhower and Billy Stone from Bates. And this is Sweezy's, as we call her. You see she's got words of the week, instant activities, fitness activities. The main focus for this week's lesson is decision making. And over on the right, you'll see that there are two activities that incorporate exercise into this. So we're going to click on the winter. And what can we do on a snowy day? You can do exercises on a snowy day. So students choose one of the two exercises for 30 seconds. They start the timer, and after that is over, they go to the top hat again. There are two more examples of push-ups or squat thrusts. They continue to do that for 30 seconds, and they build the second level of the snowman. I'm going to go all the way to the end of this. So at the end, Karen has her Bitmoji, which is definitely just like her. And you can click on her Bitmoji for her exit slip. And I don't know where that's coming from. I guess it's... Oh, I see what I've done. Let me click out of this. Whew. Okay, sorry that I had music on the whole time. Danielle, was that too loud?
No, it was not. It was great.
Okay, well, I had one of her background slides going on. This one's Billy Stone from Bates, and she is a GIF or a GIF queen. And she has made, this is her activity slide for next week. She has all of these GIFs, and if you click on one, you do different activities. So I want to show you her Elf on the Shelf, which goes to Jack Hartman. And if you don't know who Jack Hartman is, you should totally Google him. He has all kinds of exercise videos for kids and different classroom activities for kids. So this is the holiday dance and freeze.
Everybody dance, it's holiday time all around the world. Everybody dance, it's holiday time for every boy and girl. So feel the beat and have some fun, dance along.
This guy has almost as much energy as Billy does. At the end, she also has an exit slip that, just like Karen, they use to monitor student activity and see how many students are taking part. And she actually, at the bottom of her exit slip, you can add pictures of videos of students doing exercises. So that's an awesome way for students to show Billy what they're doing, or as I like to call her, Billy. Next up, we're moving to middle and high school. So this is secondary lesson. This is a mini fit plan project from Rashid Derricks and Rebecca Bedock at Highland Middle. So after working on fitness plan and talking about the components of fitness, and the FIT principle, students were creating their own mini FIT plan, and they had to have 4 different exercises to explain. And so I have a student example here. Give you a few more seconds to look at the rubric and what they're doing. So this is Julia B's workout plan. She wants to get more fit, lose a little weight, and tone her thighs. That sounds remarkably a lot like what I need to do. She's got her workout routines and her warm-up routines. And she talks about the fact that she doesn't want to work out some days, but when she does, she feels better because she's knowing it's good for her body. So she shows her stretches that she's going to do in her warm-up. Including the seated forward bend, the figure 4, and the cobra pose. I'm sure that most of you on here that are getting that million fake dollars know what these are. In case you don't, again, yoga is a great way to get something great to look into to keep yourself healthy while we're all homebound. Her exercises, 2 rounds of these: sit-ups, running in place, butterfly kicks, jumping jacks, and squats. And here she has pictures. And that is the end of our physical education examples. And I am running behind, so I'm going to try to stay with this. Next up, we have health education examples. And I like to say that health is at the heart of education. I know that's kind of corny, but it's very true. Jenna Ray, you are never too late to the party. I just saw that. I got Chris again, who over the next 2 examples are going to show us some nutrition. He's got an I Spy game, and something that Chris told me that I think we're all probably see is that students at home may not be getting the healthy meals. And he sees them on there drinking Mountain Dews, eating candy and chips, and just being sedentary. And so he incorporates exercise into his nutrition lessons. So this is I Spy. The question for you now is, how many grams of saturated fat are in 1 slice of pizza? So if you look to the food label and look at saturated fat, get that answer in your head. And then you have 30 seconds normally to do this. And then for 30 seconds, you are going to do the corresponding exercises. So you've got arm circles, planks, modified push-ups, or good morning. And hopefully you knew the answer was 4.32. So if you were doing arm circles just now, you got the right answer. We'll do one more. How many grams of sugar did Mr. Bands drink? If you are Coke drinkers, this may be a shocker if you did not know this one. So how many total grams of sugar? And again, you've got the flutter kick, elbow to knee, speed skaters, or mountain climbers. The correct answer was a whopping 65 grams of sugar. So this is an I Spy lesson. I know that lots of our folks have been doing this with lots of different activities. I just wanted to highlight Chris's nutrition activity. Here's another one that he did with the concept of go, slow, and whoa foods. And health and physical educators use that concept to teach which foods you can eat a lot of, which foods you need to eat not so much of, and which foods to stay away from. And so this is really cool. On his go, slow, and whoa foods, he actually went to Kroger and took the students around to the different aisles and picked out items, and they actually were able to choose go, slow, or whoa, and they're
okay. Peanuts. Kaden, you got some soup? I had soup last night for dinner.
I love that. Jenna really does a great job of conversing back and forth with her students. I've sat in on her classes before and have been blown away by how much interaction there is. Even though many of her students don't show themselves on screen, they're always taking part. So that is Jenna Reinhardt at Doss High. Next up, and I'm sorry that I clapped on there, Lori Workman, who spent most of her career teaching PE in elementary, and this year moved to Lassiter Middle and is teaching high school health now. And Lori really has bought into the idea of the backpack of success skills. And so this is a NewsAD backpack project. If you're not familiar with the acronym NewsAD, it stands for nutrition, exercise, water, sleep, avoiding germs, de-stressing, and don't use harmful substances. So I'm going to show you an example of one of her students.
My name is Layla Nash, and I'll be telling you an acronym, NEWSAD, to help you lead a healthy and nutritious life. The N stands for nutrition. Nutrition means to follow the My Plate serving sizes, which consist of half your plate being fruits and or vegetables. You should also eat a wide variety of foods or colorful foods. You also shouldn't eat foods containing high salt, sugar, or fat. Hi, my name is Layla Nash, back again with the acronym NEWSAD. The E in NEWSAD stands for exercise. You should exercise 1 hour a day, most days of the week. Exercise also includes cardio, which consists of biking, running, and other things such as that. You should also get your heart rate pumping at a high rate in order to sweat, which causes you to lose weight. My name is Layla Nash.
I think you guys get the idea. She goes through all the way news ad in her presentation. And I wanted to show a couple of still photos of some of Marianne's kids. And by the way, if you're an elementary teacher and you want to learn more about backpack artifacts, reach out to me and I can connect you with Lori. But here are two samples that she shared with me that I just had to put on here. One is of a student that has some really good artwork drawing hand washing, and then a student that used a broccoli floret for her head as she talked about nutrition. So these were all backpack artifacts that she works with her students each 6 weeks. Marianne Lawrence at Seneca High uses the DECIDE model to work on a comic book assignment. If you're not familiar with the DECIDE model, it's identify the decision to be made, examine your options, what are the consequences of each option, or identify the influences, and here they reviewed a ethics self-test, decide and take action, and evaluate your decision. So the assignment was, and she showed them some examples of different comic book strips, but they were able to use their own drawings or Canva, as you see here, to tell a story of refusal skills with alcohol and tobacco. So you can see the first student drew his own story. The second student used Canva. And then I have another example of a student that used Google Slides. And you can see as you read through that he walks through the process of the DECIDE model. And at the end, he watches the movie safely and arrives home. Oh, this one's one of my favorite ones of the whole time of our presentation today. It's Brittany Witt at Southern High School, and she was talking about the harmful effects of tobacco, and she allowed her students to use different social media to make PSAs. And I'm going to turn this one down. We're going to watch it twice because it's not very long, but this is a TikTok that one of her students made.
Pónteme de espalda. Ahí. 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 Pónteme de espalda. Ahí. Ahí. Ahí.
I love that one. Last up is Mary Worst from Butler, who is a health teacher, but Mary sends awesome, positive messages to her students all the time. And I wanted to show you one of the ones that she does, and she talks about mindfulness and motivation in her classes. So here is Mary Worst from Butler High School. She was William's health teacher, by the way.
Kiddos, Mama Bear here, saying stay positive. This will be over before we know it. Get out and get some exercise, do your meditation. It's all good. Love you all. Kiddo.
So that's the end of my sharing today. I've gotten all 15 in, and I have approximately 2 minutes left, and so I'm doing pretty good on time. Can't believe that I got it all in. I want to remind all of you that if you are sharing on social media, make sure that you use the hashtag JCPSHPE. If you are an AIC or you're a teacher that's new to health and physical education and you want to see what awesome things are going on in the HPE family, make sure that you check out JCPS HPE, and when you go search in your search bar, make sure that you click the latest so you see everybody's examples. Also, we have a Google site for all of our work. It's bit.ly/JCPS HPE, and if you go there, it has highlighted our teacher leader cadre. So some of the folks that I highlighted today are on our 6-person teacher leader cadre. If you have any questions, you can always find me at Mimi3Rat, and you can get me on email at MimiRatliff@jcps.com. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen and come back.
Yes.
How'd I do, Danielle?
Awesome. You
Okay.
did amazing. There were
Well,
a
don't
lot.
thank me. Thank all the people that
Yes.
I share, because they're the ones doing all the work. I'm just a
Yes.
sharer.
Yes, and those resources and those activities that those teachers are doing with their students, that is phenomenal. So thank you, teachers. Thank you for being innovative during this time. Just thank you for all of your hard work. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you all so much.
Can I give a special shout out and my undying thanks to all the people? As I've looked over, I've seen all the conversation on the chat, and it's kind of put me to tears kind of thing, looking at how many folks are believing in the work and believing and learning from each other. So I just wanted to make sure that I give shout out to not just the people that I highlighted today, but the people that I'll highlight next time.
Yes, yes. And those people that are doing the amazing work. Yes. Thank you so much. And yes, read the chat. There's a lot of love in the chat. A lot.